this morning. We're glad that you arrived here safely. On my way into the hall, I saw many familiar faces, and I know that for a lot of you, it's your first time back in Meath since last spring's by-election. And in some ways, that feels like yesterday. But just for a minute, cast your mind back to what the situation was like a year ago. Then the news was all about, would we get a deal on the promissory notes? When would Labour deliver on jobs? Would we get a deal on the multi-annual financial framework, the MFF, Europe's budget? Would Labour cave in on the protection of life bill? When would the hated IBRC disappear? And of course, would we ever get rid of the Troika? And during the by-election campaign, it was tough to be out there in the hail, in the rain and in the snow. But when others cut and ran, our candidate, Owen Holmes, he led from the front. He stood up for Labour values. He kept the faith in Labour's vision. And a year later, the world has turned. We got a deal on the prom notes. Eamon got the deal on the MFF. Brendan made toast to the Troika. And the IBRC is now RIP. And colleagues, after 30 years of campaigning, our party can now proudly point to Irish statute law, and on those books there's an act called the Protection of Life During Pregnancy Act. Labour legislation enacted by a Labour president. It's all proof of our input into this government. It's all proof of how Labour is restoring our country's fortunes, making Ireland a better place for our children, putting a new hope back into people's lives. Up and down the country, candidates will be campaigning to a much more optimistic Ireland than a year ago. Thanks to Eamon's lead, Ireland created 58,000 jobs last year. Thanks to Joan, there will be no cuts to the basic rates of social welfare. Rory has moved children out of prefabs and into new school buildings. And Alex, thanks to Alex, we're about to give free doctor's care to kids who are under 6 years old. And across the other departments, our ministers are delivering Labour values and Labour policies too. And we can all ask ourselves sometimes, if we hadn't gone into government, how much of that would have actually happened? I think we all know the answer to that question. So today, I think we're looking forward to the local elections. Our candidates are running for a party with a clear track record in local government. At a local level, people out there, Irish people, they recognise the difference between us and the other parties. Labour is the party that always puts the community first, not developers. Labour's always worked in partnership with county council staff, with local groups, to deliver real results for our communities. Labour delivers on the issues that affect our community. Take housing, for instance. Here in my part of the country, the party has always put housing first. When my predecessor in Meath, Jimmy Tully, was minister, he built thousands of homes across the country. And down the road in Kildare, Emmett Stagg, when he was Minister of Housing, he built thousands of homes too. All of us here know now that we have to do the same again. We recognise the housing crisis that's out there at the moment. And I know that our new councillors will be working with TDs and with Jan O'Sullivan to find a way to do the same thing again, building new communities, providing a secure future for thousands of Irish families. Colleagues, Labour is the party of values. We have the vision, we have the policies, and we have the people too. Our slate of local election candidates combines a mixture of people like Kevin Byrne down there from Kildare with the experience, and new candidates like Deirdre Kingston from Blackrock down there with new ideas. That's the type of people we're going to be hearing from today. I'm looking forward to hearing from them. I'm looking forward to working with them now and after the election, because together we can deliver a better future for all of our Irish citizens. Thank you very much. I now want to pass over to the chair of the party, Lorraine Mulligan, who's going to address the conference. Thank you.